What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of
Gaming with the put together.
3, 2, 1.
Gaming with
the
Bros Cat.
I'm leaving it in.
Yeah.
Episode 103. My name is
Damn.
Harrison. I am joined by my brother Nick, as always. And
As
Nick,
always.
it's a pretty big week. We got the launch of the highly anticipated Halo Infinite campaign, which we have both been playing a crap ton of. And then we live streamed the Game Awards this week. Should we have? Was it a waste of time? I don't know. It was still fun.
Man. I was about to fall asleep on stream watching these ads.
Oh my gosh, yeah. We'll talk about all the stuff here in a little bit. But like we always do, before we jump into what we've been playing, Nick, how was your week?
It was pretty good. I would say it went by really quick. It was.
I
don't know. There's like a lot to look forward to last week with Halo, Game Awards, the weekend. I mean, it was pretty great week. I got a haircut from Alicia, and
I got a haircut too.
Looks good. I kind of had to change my hair a little bit because I picked out the wrong clipper size, and it was a little bit too short. But I'll show it to you. So you can see it's a little bit shaved on the sides here.
Oh, okay. Nice.
And I mean, it doesn't look terrible, but like I had an appointment at Arrow to just go get a trim, and then I, on my own fruition, decided to have Alicia cut it.
Has she ever cut hair before?
She's cut my hair a couple times.
Okay.
So yeah.
Does she have experience in like that industry,
really.
Or is she just?
I think she used to cut some of her friends' hair.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I mean, she's good at it. I picked out the wrong clippers and we had already shaved one side of my head, so I was like, all right, we gotta keep going.
There was a point where you cut it all off.
There was a point where I was considering just like shaving my whole head. I was like, man, because we were doing the back and it looked really funky because it was like shaved, but like it kind of still long on the top, so it was weird. But we made it work. Shouldn't say we. Alicia ended up fixing it, and yeah, now it's fine. But yeah, haircuts are fun. It was like an hour and a half adventure
process.
Yeah, roller coaster of emotions.
Like screw it, let's just take it off.
Just shave my head. Just shave it, man.
Just shave it off.
Yeah, it was a great week. Had a Christmas party this weekend, and then played some of that dang Halo game.
Dang Halo, man. Oh,
dang Halo. It's like I've been wanting to play SMT 5 more because they had an update for that and increased the field of view, which was one of my big problems with the game. It was kind of too narrow, and I haven't had time to jump into that. I still kind of want to play Pokemon.
Yeah, I haven't played any Pokemon.
Pearl. And then I got Shovel Knight today. Pocket Dungeon.
Okay, cool. The new one.
I played a little bit of that on the toilet. That's really about it, man. It really is. It really is. I'll talk about that more in a little bit. But Harrison, how was your week? I hope it was excellent.
It was great. I mean, like you said, there's a lot to look forward to. I mean, that's always makes weeks go by. And this week is a good week too because I'm already, once you get past that Monday, that Monday ilk, you bring on the weekend, baby.
You're golden.
Yeah. Because all next week I've got Christmas off, so that's always
you get the whole week off.
Yeah, man, whole week off.
Nice, dude.
Yeah. So super excited about that. And then obviously Halo came out. That was a lot of fun. Even though the Game Awards was kind of lame this year, it was still fun to live stream that, of course. But other than that, it was a solid week. We went to my parents had our parents had the annual Christmas party, which we went to, which was cool. Kellen had a good time there.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah, it was probably the lightest I've ever seen their party. Even last year, like during like the pandemic era, there were still more people. I guess just a lot of people had plans, and it's so close to Christmas, people have plans and stuff. So although they did say that after the party ended, about like 10 o'clock. They went over to their neighbor's house and were there till like 2 o'clock in the morning.
I heard they got
like,
into
oh
shenanigans.
It's like busted out the bourbon and stuff.
Yeah.
that's all you. I don't think even Brittany and I stayed up that late.
Yeah, I was like, we were back from our party by 10:30.
Yeah.
Granted, it started at 6, but
yeah,
I was like, man, you guys were out later than we were.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, solid week. Just been playing a shit ton Halo. It's been a lot of fun.
Dude, yeah. I probably put 50 hours into it at this point between the multiplayer and then the campaign. But before we talk about Halo, because we got to talk about this campaign, right? I just want to briefly mention I started Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon today.
Right.
Played it through a few sessions in the bathroom, and it's a puzzle game. I feel like it's a
puzzle game.
It's a puzzle game. It's like an optional roguelike where you can choose to have one life and have your run restart, or you can just choose to be able to restart exactly where you died, or like on the level you died. But I don't even know like what it would be similar to that you've played before, but it's kind of like it's almost like a real-time puzzle game where things are coming down the screen live. Like even if you're not moving, it'll still come down. But if you move, things will move quicker. So it's kind of like time-based in that regard, where you can control how fast things go, but things are always moving unless you have like certain items and whatnot. But you're, attacking these, Shovel Knight-esque monsters, and, some of them hit you back, some of them don't. Some of them you have to hit from certain angles to do damage. Some of them, leave like a puddle of goop that'll damage you. And I think the object of the game is just to stay alive as long as you can, and then get out the door once that comes down. But it's pretty good so far. Like I'm not like
developed by Yacht Club Games.
Yeah, it's
like a small team of
it's in collaboration with Yacht Club Games, and then I think another developer.
Okay.
But it's pretty good so far. Like I obviously haven't gotten too far into it yet, and I might end up switching off the roguelike element of it, because like I kind of just want to play through the campaign and see all the different nights.
How much is it? Like $15, $20?
$20.
$20, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily worth it at this point yet, but it's pretty fun so far.
Yeah. Sweet.
I'm taking it. Yeah. And if you're a fan of Shovel Knight, this has that kind of charm. It has that Shovel Knight charm.
Does it have the feel of the Shovel Knight, like when you're playing it within that confined area of stuff falling down to you? Does it kind of play pretty similar to that, or
not really? Like it doesn't emulate like a 2D side scroller in that regard.
Okay.
Like it's almost like you're moving like you're moving like a Monopoly piece, up, right, left, right, or up, down, left, right, and like bumping it into an enemy, and it'll do damage. So it's not like a 1-for-1 with Shovel Knight, obviously, but it's cool. I mean, yeah, looking forward to Shovel Knight Dig, which is like I think it might be another roguelike, honestly, but it's more in line with traditional Shovel Knight, what we'd expect.
I wonder if I'll bring out a Shovel Knight like a proper.
Dude, I hope we do. I mean, I guess the DLC that we got was kind of the Shovel Knight 2 with the Spectre Knight, King Knight, Plague Knight DLC. I mean, it was a lot.
Yeah, that package is totally worth it. It's
if you haven't played Shovel Knight, get Shovel Knight Treasure of Hope, or whatever it's called, the one that has all the DLC included. Totally worth it. One of my favorite 2D campaigns of all time.
Yeah, it's excellent.
Yeah, it's a great game. Harrison, have you played anything aside from Halo? I do have one more thing I want to touch on before we jump in.
I am trying to think, and I know I have not played anything by Halo. I've been infatuated by this
grinding.
Just grinding away.
Well, I did, and this was the last announcement of the Game Awards, but I checked out Matrix Awakens, which is the Unreal Engine 5 tech demo, and played through essentially the whole thing. It starts you out in a car chase, and you're shooting the wheels of cars, and you don't necessarily have control over the cursor, but you can just kind of like switch your aim from one wheel to the next and then shoot. like while you're driving and stuff. And
yeah,
I thought that part was like slightly underwhelming because like it looked amazing, it looked phenomenal, but like it just didn't have that much gameplay in it. And then after the demo finished, they kind of gave a little spiel about Unreal Engine 5, about how the textures look so much better, pixelation, audio design, blah blah blah. And then they put you into the world, and you can just walk around in the city. This huge, I think it's New York, but you can just walk around this huge city, and then you can fly. And I say fly. Your character's not flying in third person; it just switches to like a camera, and you're just flying around. But that looked phenomenal, and just seeing the world like all kind of naturally run in this giant space. Like I flew around for a little bit, just like looking at everything and kind of being enamored by.
Is there any people walking around, like birds?
Yeah. It's people, cars. Like it's almost like you're walking around in a real city. I mean, it's almost one for one. Like, yeah, it's honestly pretty incredible. Once it kind of opens up like that, I'd recommend checking it out because it's super short. Like I played it over the course of 15 minutes, and man, it was fantastic.
Wait, yeah, I want to check it out, but like it just ending with that with the Game Awards just left
such a little salty
taste, in my mouth with that. But
yeah,
I mean, what can you do? I guess.
Yeah, but it was really cool. It kind of gives a good look at what to expect with Unreal Engine 5, and just seeing all the possibilities with that is pretty cool.
Sweet.
All right.
I'll check it out. I want to see it. Tech demos are always kind of weird because they always look just gorgeous, but I mean, for games that actually look like that,
kind of like the
gameplay and stuff going on, like the UE5 tech demo that's now that weird dragon.
What is that game called?
Yeah, I'm having a brain fart on that thing. Looks kind of not great, but
they released.
It's like coming out next year, like pretty soon.
It's not Awakened. It's
Forspoken.
Yeah, they put out a 4-minute gameplay kind of reveal or trailer for the game today, and I watched it, and it looks like it's running about 15 to 30 frames per second.
Yeah, it doesn't look great.
15s.
Yeah, I feel like they really like just got that turned around so fast based off that tech demo, but who knows? It could have been. I don't know.
Yeah,
who knows?
Maybe it'll be good.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be very good. I think it'll be pretty bad, but it might be good. Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, the traversal looked pretty cool, but what traversal is fun when you're running at 15 frames per second?
Yeah. If it's not fluid, it's not good.
They did say that it could run up to 60 on the PS5, I think. So I don't know what console they were showing it on in that trailer, but it should not have released that trailer.
Yeah, it looks rough.
Yeah.
Nick, anything else you've been playing before we dive into Infinite?
I think that's it. Let's dive in.
Sweet. Yeah. So Halo Infinite. Obviously multiplayer's been fantastic so far. The campaign is good. I did finish it. I finished it last night pretty late, and I still got a lot of the side stuff to do because there's quite a lot of stuff to do in the game. But it's Halo, man. It's so hard to follow along with the story because like you just have no idea what's going on like most of the time. Now this game does take place, I think, a year after Halo 5, and I did not remember Halo 5 at all.
Other than the feud between Locke and Chief, I don't remember anything else. Well, that and like Cortana kind of going haywire.
She went rogue and then killed a bunch of human. Yeah, it was kind of crazy. But yeah, this takes place a year after that. And then after like the first initial cutscene, it's 6 months after that. So yeah, it's which I mean, you don't really need to know much about what's going on because about after the second or third mission, you get into this giant, more or less open world. I mean, it's a pretty large area.
I'd consider it an open world. I know some people are saying it's not, but
some people say it's hub based, but you do unlock certain sections of the map at a different time, but And then at some points you do get cut off based on like the story, and it makes sense for that story gameplay, or beat or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's all fluid. Like once you unlock the banshees and stuff, you get to fly from A to B anywhere you want to.
And pre Breath of the Wild, I'd say a lot of open world games functioned like that. Like they were kind of segmented off in their own weird way.
Yeah. And which I mean, it makes sense. You don't want to overwhelm the player.
Mm-hmm.
So
even Breath of the Wild did that. You couldn't get off the plateau for the first 4 hours, 3 hours.
Yeah, makes sense. But yeah, I mean, so far, Nick, I'm loving it. I've kind of agreed with the reviews. I'm loving all the open world stuff. Just going through, zip lining everywhere.
Oh my god, yeah, it's like the best thing to ever happen to any game ever.
Yeah, to the point where like I'll start with the vehicle and then drive off, and then as soon as I flip, I just get out and start zip lining.
As soon as I see a rock, I'm like, I'm not driving anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Grapple this rock. Yeah, it's like that alone just increases the enjoyment in Halo Infinite by like tenfold. Because if traversal is fun in a game, then it justifies having an open world. And I think this is exactly what justifies Halo Infinite's open world, is that grappling hook.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, it takes a long time for you to actually unlock like the Wasp and like Banshees in the game. So you're, for the most part, you're just running around and using vehicles and stuff. And it's the first game where I felt like the mongoose makes the most sense in this world, because before it's like, why would you ever pick a mongoose over a warthog? Because it's got a gun, but now, I mean, you've got the mongoose, you've got the gun goose, and the mongoose is just so quick and just versatile.
It's pretty versatile. But I will admit, having someone on the gunner of a warthog, you can get some stuff done with that.
My absolute favorite thing to do in this game right now is once you start unlocking FOBs and start unlocking valor points, because the more valor points you unlock, whether that's finding like the grunt propaganda towers and destroying those, you get like a little bit of valor. Doing like FOBs, forward operating bases, unlocking those, or taking back control of those, you unlock valor. And then like saving squads, you unlock valor as well. But you'll start unlocking different guns like assault rifles, battle rifles, rocket launchers. The best thing to do is you get the skewer, you get the Razorback, you put 5 of the soldiers with the skewers, and then drive through like an enemy territory, and you just obliterate them completely. It's insane. First I did rockets, but then I found that, and while the AI is pretty good, like they won't necessarily shoot enemies that are with rockets. With the skewer, doesn't matter how close you are, because they'll just pulverize them. So going, did
they blow you up with the rockets?
I've been blown up once or twice just because I've like dove into like an enemy territory and they just fired, and it ended up hitting a rock or something and killed me. But yeah, you could like, I always like group up like a Razorback and then go take on like the high priority targets. You just
tear through them.
You just tear them up. Yeah, it's so much fun. There's so much chaos and just clip action going on through this game. It's amazing.
Right. It's just cool. Like you can handle taking on a base in 1,000 different ways.
Yeah,
you could go in guns blazing. You can try to stealth your way through it, which is impossible. But
yeah,
there are just so many different ways. There are so many nooks and crannies in these bases, and like caves behind the bases that have like rocket launchers and have skewers and stuff that you can pick up. And yeah, the opportunities are literally endless, especially with a Razorback and putting Marines on it and just loading them up with whatever. You can do anything.
Yeah, it's super fun. And then I don't know, just all like if you listen to like the grunt dialogue, it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's really good.
They say like all the propaganda towers you can find, because I mean there's so many things to do in the game that it almost, when you get to those campaign like story beats, and because for the most part you're going into towers and underground and your typical Halo levels, so you can only play those like one way.
That's right.
But I mean, it is nice because you use the drop wall more, use like the thruster and stuff more. So you use those power ups or that equipment more often than you do outside, because in the outside world you're just constantly using the grappling.
You're grappling, man. Yeah.
So it is nice to have that variation, but those are definitely, the campaign beats are definitely the weakest parts of the game for me. Just being able to tackle like the bases any way you want. Whether that's sneaking in for a second or you get a wasp and you go in and you just murder them from the sky, or you get over the wall, lower the tower or lower the gate and then drive through a warthog with your buddies, your comrades, whatever, and then tear them up. So it's a lot of different options with those, but yeah, with the campaign, it's just the typical kind of story stuff you come to expect.
Corridor shooter, almost. Corridor shooting. Yeah, and I think there should have only been one mission at the beginning of the game before you get into the open world. I think 2 is a little bit too much. Like I knew it was coming, so I was kind of itching to get there.
Yep.
And while the boss, I think there was only one like major boss in the first 2 levels, but that one boss was a really cool fight. It was fun.
It was. All the boss fights in the game are relatively unique, and they make you use, especially like the tracker. That first time you fight that boss and you have to use the tracker is pretty fun. And
it's kind of exhilarating. I've died so many times in this game so far. Just
I've died a lot.
Being dumb, getting sniped by a jackal or something. Like, I probably died like 10 times trying to take this base yesterday, and I was like, what am I doing wrong? And turns out I just need to look around and find like a freaking rocket launcher somewhere.
Yeah, and I would say like any device, just if you got a power up and just use it. You come across so many in this game.
Mm-hmm. No point in saving it.
Yeah, especially like the FOBs, because you can fast travel in this game, so you can just fast travel to an FOB, grab your rocket launcher. Usually at some point, because there are high value targets in this game, but that's a variation between like the jackals and the brutes and elites and the grunts even. And every one of those has a unique weapon you can unlock once you defeat them. They're like slight variations on the main guns.
Very slight, it feels like.
Yeah. And I've gotten one, it was like a rocket launcher, but it's got homing. So I just constantly use that. And it homes vehicles and enemies too, like ground units. So I constantly was using that and like the BR combo.
Are there any like assault rifle or battle rifle alts?
There are. I don't know what the difference is really. They explain it to him like in the database, but they look different, which is cool. But I don't know exactly what they do. Maybe like I think the BR, the one that I unlocked, has like a higher stopping power for enemies.
Cool.
And then I'm not sure what the assault rifle do. I think it can go a little bit longer range than normal because it's called like a long shot assault rifle.
Oh, nice.
So, but yeah, I mean, there's so much to do in the world and like finding skulls and, just so much to do.
Yeah, it's kind of overwhelming because like the second you take over an FOB, I feel like there's more to do. Like there's more that pops up on the map. So yeah, there's always something. Like I've been like the past 3 hours I've played has been between missions, just doing random stuff, taking down high value targets, taking on bases. I mean, yeah, there's some cool little like, they're not like missions, but kind of like cool little points of interest to go to in the game.
Yeah, and what I really like too is there's a lot of like environmental storytelling where you'll come across like a blown up warthog or something, and there's an audio log, and it was some soldier saying that she's not gonna make it home, and she's gonna take the C4 and drive it into the base, and that's what she does. And you find like the exploded warthog and
I think I saw that,
and like crumbled up area. And then there's this one where you go to like one of the so there's like the FOBs, which are just kind of they're pretty much like the Ubisoft like tower kind of thing. You unlock it and you unlock all the surrounding stuff. But there's also like fortresses too, and they're all like story kind of based. Like one's like a ammunition place. One is like a I don't know,
like a vehicle reserve or something
like that. So they've all got like their purposes on the ring. And one of them you go to, and like there's this tower that's crumbled, and you could tell that something happened to it. And in each base, there's like, there's like the banished audio logs, and then also the UNSC. And usually the UNSC are kind of around the surrounding area because they're doing recon. And that, if you came across this one audio log that's talked about, we have to destroy this tower. And they're just kind of briefly talking back, and they're like, well, we're going to have to blow it up. And then you look down and you're like, oh, they actually did it. So it's just a lot of really cool storytelling that way. So I like it a lot. I like it a lot.
Yeah. It's the moment to moment gameplay. Like the moment to moment gameplay is really good. And the story is, take it or leave it. I never thought Halo had an extremely exhilarating story to begin with, but
no, it's definitely one of those things where I think you're more appreciative if you read like the books and stuff, because you get more lore, more background. But the stories itself, game for game, hasn't been mind blowing or anything. But
I think there have been really cool set pieces in a lot of Halos, and I think you finished it. Is that something that's lacking in this one? Not a lot of like predetermined set pieces. Is kind of what you build for yourself.
Yeah, it really is. There's a couple of cool moments in the game, but yeah, there's the corridor stuff is fun, but it's nothing. It's a lot of like, similar looking environments. You go through a hallway, fight a bunch of enemies, and then you repeat that same hallway, but there's no enemies this time. So it's just some fluff that they've added on or whatever to make the level a little bit longer. So yeah, there's nothing crazy. I mean, you're not getting into like a elephant or something, or like a band. You're not flying a pelican around. There's nothing like that, which, I mean, it makes sense for the context of the story, because there's only one pelican that's kind of flying you around. But so I will say though that this is the most Master Chief has ever talked in a Halo game, and they do a really great job of humanizing him for really the first time. I mean, obviously he's a great soldier. He's always going to fight. He's always going to push on. He's not going to be, cower or fear, or, he's always going to get the job done. Right. But there's a few moments in this game where they really do an excellent job of making him feel human for the first time in the franchise, which is really cool.
Nice.
But yeah, because just the kind of the banter between him and the AI is funny, and she's a really excellent, like a new addition to the game as well, character wise.
She's like the naive sidekick that's like, oh, maybe this person's nice.
Yeah,
no,
no. Yeah, she makes a few funny jokes that it's not too much. It's not overwhelmingly annoying or anything like that. So I just think, aside from just the story beats kind of being lackluster, everything else is excellent, I think.
Do you think this is one of your favorite Halo campaigns?
I do. I don't. If we were to just break it down to just the story missions itself, no, I think it's a pretty weak one compared to the others. I mean, not weak, just kind of mid-tier, I guess, for like a Halo campaign, I guess. But just the open world just brings so much to it. And it also brings a lot of, Halo has never had like a DLC before. So I think being on, because you're only on one section of the ring for the most part. So, just the part that's been destroyed. So,
cool to go to a different biome or something.
Yeah. So there's a whole nother, there's a whole entire Halo ring that they could venture off to. So, and the ending leaves it open to way more stuff. So, yeah.
And I guess going back to like the linear parts of the campaign, like, you can say that, those parts aren't that great. And, if it didn't have the open world part, then it wouldn't be that great of a Halo game. Well, it does have those parts, like it kind of works out together, because the open world's fantastic. Those moments are genuinely fun. even though those kind of linear parts aren't as great, still good Halo. It's still good fun. I think they balance each other out in a good way. At least that's my impression about halfway through it. Maybe my opinions will change, but yeah, it's fun, man. And it's cool. It's also cool unlocking some like armor stuff for the multiplayer. That's nice addition. I didn't think they'd add anything multiplayer related in the game. So yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. It's then it's armor skins, weapon skins, little dog tags and stuff. Your gun tags, whatever you want to call them. So yeah, it's a good variety. So yeah, it's just it's a lot of fun. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. It's good stuff. Yeah. I think there's one thing I was thinking of. I don't know. Maybe it'll come to me. Best grapple hook in a video game, Nick? Do you think?
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
You can really, if you time it right, you can really swing like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You can grapple trees too. I don't know if you probably knew that, but for those who don't know, you can grapple trees, and that kind of helps a lot as well. Yeah,
I think playing campaign really gave me more of not appreciation for the grapple hook, but I learned it more in the campaign versus multiplayer. Mm-hmm. And then I got a more of a appreciation for like the plasma rifle, because that thing destroys in this game.
Especially jackals.
Yeah, it just
mows them down.
Yeah, for the most part, it murders just about any kind of enemy in the game. Like it, it's got that slight like heat-seeking shot to it. So I feel like I want to try it in multiplayer again to see if I can do better with it.
I wonder how it stacks against just an assault rifle.
Yeah,
like
now that I've learned the gun better. So yeah. And I've learned more of appreciation for the guns that I didn't really like in multiplayer, but in single player they're pretty good. So
luckily, there's a Fiesta mode coming out this week, and people will have a chance to try a lot of different guns again.
Yeah, I'm excited for that mode. Any last thoughts on the campaign? Obviously, you still got to finish it, so you probably have some more thoughts next week on it. But so far,
I'll try to finish it up by next week and give my final thoughts on the campaign. God, that's crazy. It's crazy that it has been so long. It's been since 2015 since we've had a new Halo, and now all of it's here. Sans Forge and co-op campaign, which I'm sure we'll play through Legendary together when that comes out.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, Hero is it's pretty tough, but it's definitely doable. But yeah, I think Legendary will just destroy you.
It'll whoop us around.
Yeah, but I mean the game is gorgeous. I think it looks great. Mm-hmm. I do when you are flying in the Banshee and like the Hornet and stuff, there is quite a bit of pop in. That you can see just like trees and stuff really, but that's it. Just trees. But it's not too noticeable that it took me out of the experience. But yeah, just like all the lighting effects and stuff like in the open world, that's definitely where it looks the best. And then once you get inside the typical like Halo levels, it just kind of looks the generic, corridor, stuff like that. So
yeah, unfortunately,
fusion coils also the best weapon in the game too.
Oh my God. It's so great that they're literally everywhere.
Yeah. It's
like why do they have so many fusion coils?
It's so dangerous. Like I never understood that anyways. Like in games, it's like, why would you post up right next to a red barrel, like a barrel full of gasoline? What are you doing? But I'm glad they're there. There's a shit ton of them, but it's so much fun grabbing them and throwing them.
Man.
Good experience. I'm looking forward to see what you're thinking after you finish the campaign. Maybe we'll do like a spoiler cast or something at some point.
I love a spoiler cast here. So
Oh yeah,
big time.
So that being said, Halo is done and over with.
I guess just on the topic of Halo. So yeah, 343 is working freaking hard, man. They're putting out some more playlists this week, or I guess they're putting out playlists
tomorrow?
this week. Tomorrow, yeah. adding 4 modes. They're adding Slayer, Fiesta, SWAT, and Free for All. And initially they were just going to have Fiesta, SWAT, Free for All, and then Slayer, along with some Slayer variants, were going to come after the new year. But I guess they decided that due to, obviously popular demand, they were just going to bring the vanilla Slayer out, bring it out right now, and then have the variants later on. And honestly, that's fine. Like,
yeah,
I am not too upset about not having Slayer variants at the moment. I just want Slayer. I want to be able to choose. So that's coming out Tuesday.
Cool.
Excited.
Yeah, I was just talking about that. Is I played 2 matches earlier, and they were both capture the flag, and I was like, you know what, I'm playing a ton of campaign. I've got, I'm gonna obviously go through that, but like I was kind of getting to that point. Now, obviously with friends it's completely different, but just by yourself, just constantly getting into capture the flag, whether it's ranked or quick play or even big team battle, it's just not fun, and it was really deterring me away from the game. So I'm so glad they're adding this stuff. It's like the perfect timing. Crazy it didn't launch with it. That's definitely a poor decision, I think, on 343's part, but glad they're getting everything taken care of right away. So,
and I forgot to mention this, but they're adding in I think they're adding in a couple of new challenges that are XP based, or that are points based. So, those points that you're earning each match, they're going to actually go towards something if you have that challenge in your roster. So that's pretty cool as well. At least, you're working towards something at all times.
Just the fact that they're doing stuff about it, like they're not waiting.
It's pretty quick too. Yeah.
And I think they have to. I think that, they're coming out with such a banger, and so many people are talking about it, and just how good it is.
You got to get those changes out. Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing else really. Nobody's playing Call of Duty. Nobody's really playing Battlefield. They're just very mediocre. So when you have a really good game, keep it on there. Keep them coming. So
exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Enough Halo talk.
Do you want to just talk about everything else, and then we'll jump into Game Awards?
Yeah, let's do that. There's not too much here.
Okay. So Assassin's Creed is getting another DLC. I think of some more free stuff, but also paid DLC. It's called Dawn of Ragnarok. So I think it's probably going to take place within like the Norse side of the game, where you're playing as Odin. And that is coming out March 10th. Nick, this is the first time ever that Assassin's Creed is getting year 2 DLC. So that's interesting, I guess. Either this was planned already, maybe because they don't have another Assassin's Creed coming out for a while, or maybe this thing just sold really well compared to other stuff. So
I think this thing sold well. Kind of launched at the perfect time around the launch of the next gen consoles, but it was also obviously on the prior gen consoles as well. And, on top of that, it was a really good game. And I think both of those kind of projected it above a lot of other Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah, I think so.
Still
and then Nick, what's you got? Yeah, you do. You got some NPD figures to talk about?
Yeah, so we got November's NPD numbers. I'm going to run through the top 10 games of this month, and then the top 10 games of the year.
Okay.
So for the month, we have NBA 2K22 at number 10, Far Cry 6 at number 9. It was number 1 last month. FIFA 22 at number 8, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy at number 7, Mario Party Superstars at number 6, Madden NFL 22 at number 5, Forza Horizon 5 at number 4, and that one's new. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl at number 3, that one's new. Battlefield 2042 at number 2, and that one's new. And Harrison, can you guess number 1 for this month?
For November.
What game was missing? Starts with a call.
Oh, Vanguard?
Yeah, number 1.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's worth noting that Metroid doesn't look like Metroid Dread is in the top 20. I see Shin Megami Tensei 5 is on here. That one was new in November. Metroid obviously came out in October, way before November. So, makes sense that it's not exactly on here, even though Breath of the Wild is still hanging on at 18.
That doesn't look good for Metroid Dread, does it?
I think it's still doing well. Like,
okay.
And this doesn't include eShop figures either.
It's just physical, right?
So, yeah, I still think it'll sell around 3 million and a quarter. I think it'll be at 3 million by the end of the year, but yeah, we'll see. I really hope it does. Hope it does well.
Yeah, me too. I just want another one of these.
Yeah,
at some point, in the next 3 or 4 years. So
that'd be nice. All right, and then top 10 for the year so far. At number 10 is Far Cry 6. Number 9, Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Okay.
8 is Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. That one's new this month. And 7 is Super Mario 3D World. 6 is Battlefield 2042. That one was new in November. 5 is Resident Evil Village. 4 is MLB The Show 21. 3 is Madden NFL 22. 2 is Call of Duty Vanguard. Harrison, I don't think you can guess the number 1.
Mario Kart 8.
that is a well thought out guess, but it's Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, which is last year's Call of Duty.
That's the number 1 selling game this year.
Yeah.
Wow. This is just physical. I bet digital. It's probably a whole different story.
Well, it's just digital. Sorry, it's physical and digital for everything but Nintendo's games.
Oh, okay. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. And for some reason, MLB The Show's digital sales on Xbox were not included in this chart. Which is
it's on
weird,
Game Pass, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so that probably doesn't. It's probably hard to quantify that.
Yeah, so that's NPD, and like obviously November is driven. Most of November is driven by Black Friday. Yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy that got a heavy discount.
Yeah, $25.
I mean, $25. Far Cry 6 got a discount, I think. FIFA probably got one as well. So I hope Metroid Dread comes around.
Yeah, I do too. At least a couple million, I would like to see.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great game. If you haven't played Metroid Dread, it's so worth it. Such a great game.
And then after you play, go check out our spoiler cast.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, should we jump into these Game Awards announcements?
Yeah, let's do it. So everything was pretty much at the very beginning of the show. No, yeah, pretty much.
It really was.
Yeah, let's dive into it, Nick. What was I see you've highlighted most of the good stuff here. That Sonic 2 trailer, baby. It was fun.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. But yeah, that one looks really fun.
Yeah, you need to watch the first Sonic movie. It's pretty solid.
It's on some streaming service, so I need to go find which one it's on.
It might be Amazon Prime, potentially. I think maybe
Amazon
not.
Prime. Either that or
maybe HBO Max.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a really fun, dumb movie, and Sonic 2 just looks even more fun and dumb. So,
and then of course, Sonic Breath of the Wild also got announced.
Yeah, the first time I've been excited for a Sonic game.
Dude, I don't know, man.
I mean, I'm not gonna get my hopes up at all for this, and I'll definitely just wait for reviews to come out. But hey, open world-esque, open
zone
area. Yeah, but
yeah, I mean, the thing I
hate Sonic games,
I'm about to upset some. Yeah, and the reason I hate him is the game is about going fast, but it never lets you go fast. It's always stopping you very, very abruptly.
Yeah,
and
very abruptly.
I find that really frustrating. Even with Sonic Mania, which is a really great game, it was so frustrating to be going. I'm going so fast right now, and then suddenly you hit an enemy or something, and you're back to zero, and you have to get back up again, and maybe I just need to get good at Sonic games. But when there's this much level of jank with a lot of Sonic games, it's like, all right, that wasn't my fault.
I think it's just a bad platforming game, but
yeah,
a lot of people love Sonic, and I feel for you because there's way more bad Sonic games than there are good. So
you should switch to a different franchise at this point, man.
Yeah. So that definitely sucked. But this, I mean, it looks cool. You know, I'm excited for what I saw. It was maybe it was just on me just being hyped up for that Sonic 2 trailer, and then they show off this too as well. Yeah. So I'll keep my eye on it for it, and definitely.
Is this coming next year, 2022?
I think so. I think like early, right? Maybe not early 2022.
And this is the first 3D Sonic since Forces. Was that the?
I think so.
That one
was 3D one.
I don't think that one was like critically panned, right? That one was like okay. I know Sonic Boom was really bad.
Yeah, see, but they're all bad, and then like the people said the best ones are the ones that are just actually just okay. They're like, okay, what's the best Sonic? It's not terrible, but it's okay, so therefore it's God tier for Sonic.
I don't think Sonic works in 3D. I think it should be just a 2D game.
Yeah, I mean, but they've never made a great 3D one, so who knows? Maybe they just haven't nailed it yet. I don't know. I don't care if this game is good or not. It's just interesting.
Yeah, it'll be fun. To watch either way.
What else? We got like a very brief look at like Wonder Woman, made by Monolith, that made the Lord of the Rings Shadow of Mordor game, Shadow of War game. So it has that Nemesis system in there. Right. So that could be very cool. Very interesting. And they also did patent that system too, so nobody else can use it. That's funny. Yeah, I really like that first Lord of the Rings game, and then the Shadow of War, I just could not get into because it just felt more of the same. So yeah,
I didn't get too far in them, but
yeah, and then it showed like a very quick like CG trailer, so no gameplay or anything like that. So, but I mean, it could be really cool. We'll see. People are hyping up these superhero games. So
we got a lot of them coming.
And they've been most of them pretty good. So
yeah.
What else, Nick? What else you want to talk about?
Alan Wake 2 was kind of a hit for me because that one is going to be completely survival horror this time. Yeah. Whereas I guess the first one was more action based, but this one will be more survival horror. You still
collected ammo and stuff and batteries, so it still had but I feel like it was very light. Like I don't think you were healing yourself at all. I think so. Yeah, it was very, very light survival horror, but yeah, mostly action. But this, I'm excited.
One of my favorite
I need to
genres.
go play Control and play that DLC to get caught up because the second DLC is Alan Wake based. So
yeah, I'm gonna go back to Control for some reason. I think I want to see it on the Series X because I just played it on the base Xbox One and it ran like just very okay.
Yeah, I heard it was pretty frame ratey on the base.
Pretty frame ratey.
So yeah, I'm excited. I really loved the first Alan Wake. Thought it was a great one. I'll probably end up picking up that remaster or whatever at some point. Down the road. Looks cool.
Looks cool. We also got a pretty lengthy trailer for Hellblade 2.
Yeah, I got a nice extended gameplay. Man, that game looks insanely creepy.
Looks intense.
It's gorgeous intense. Too. It is probably the best looking game on the Series X right now, I would say. It just looks amazing.
Very excited.
If you have not played the first Hellblade, it's not very long. It's
5 hours, maybe.
But
6 maybe.
It's beautiful. I just got a Series XS optimization for that, so it runs great. It already did run pretty good before, but it's got a great story. It's really good. I'm super excited for this. I don't know if it's coming out next year, to be honest. I think this might be a 2023 game. Which is fine. I could definitely.
There's enough coming out next year already.
But especially since they didn't give a date. yeah,
it probably
looks
probably
great.
won't be ready. Yeah, looks awesome. We got kind of an extended trailer for Suicide Squad, and got some gameplay there, and it looks fairly good. Looks somewhat similar to Batman in terms of the combat, except more varied with all the different characters. I'm still unsure if this is single player or if it's multiplayer.
I have no idea.
Because I know the Gotham Knights game, that one is 4-player.
Yeah, that's multiplayer.
But I think this one might be just single player, and you get to play as all the characters, like kind of switch out between them.
Okay.
But yeah, it looks really cool.
I wonder, or if it's going to be like Guardians of the Galaxy, where you only play as Star-Lord, and then you have like your
posse.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure if you can like swap on the fly, or if it's like story based on who you're using. Who knows? I'm not sure. It looks cool though.
Yeah,
looks cool.
Looks cool. And then I'd say the last like big item is just the Halo show trailer from Paramount Plus.
It looks very expensive. It looks
it
really
does
good.
look expensive.
It looks really good. And which I think they had to, if they came out with a bad looking CGI for their, for Microsoft's flagship game, that would look bad. But yeah, it looks good. It's going out on Paramount Plus next year. I'll probably
get Paramount Plus next year.
Yeah, for well, I don't know. They got like Avatar and stuff coming too, so that more of that. But just another subscription I'll be paying for. But yeah, I'll definitely check that out. We got some good video game stuff, TV wise. So we got The Witcher. We got The Witcher coming out Friday, season 2. We got The Last of Us TV show coming out next year. We got Halo coming out next year. So.
Will any of them be good? I don't know. The Witcher will be good. I mean, that was already good.
That's planned for 7 seasons. That's their plan for that show.
Which is cool.
I really like the first one. It's got its issues with its pacing and storytelling and flashback stuff, but it only took me four watch throughs to actually understand everything. So is that me? I don't know. Am I bad? Do I pay attention wrongly? I don't know. So. But yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of other stuff. I mean, I guess let's just talk about the Game Awards in general, Nick. I mean, obviously, like the first half was, or I would say maybe the first hour was like
pretty decent.
Was decent. Like all this stuff happened then, and then it was just an array of like really, and they could be good, but I am just so over these generic looking free to play shooters. I'm very sick of it. As someone that doesn't play any of that stuff anymore, and Halo is really the only multiplayer game that I've actually really enjoyed in the last few years. I'm sick of it. I understand the marketing. You got to get the money in because people want to be on the, arguably one of the biggest gaming shows of the year. So you got to get the money. You got to make the money to support the show. But yeah, it was a little bit too much this year, I think.
Yeah, there's a lot. I'm just looking at a list of games, and I see Arc Raiders on here. Like, I don't even remember that. Rumbleverse, that's like a battle royale with wrestling. Homeworld 3. I've never played that. Crossfire X. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it felt like there was a lot of filler, and then in addition to that, there was all the ads and all the all the product placements and stuff that just kind of watered down the awards a little bit, watered down the entire thing. And I don't know. I just feel like that balance isn't there between the awards and the trailers. Like it feels like it's like some of the awards get sidelined a lot. Like they just get randomly announced by Jeff.
Yeah, there was like 4 or 5 that got announced like in a 15-second interval, and then some of the developers went there to accept the awards, and after like 15 seconds of talking, they're like, okay, we're being shooed away, we got to go. So it's like
what?
I understand you've got time slots and stuff, and you don't want people talking too much, but and I definitely appreciate it. I thought like It Takes Two winning Game of the Year I was pretty good with that.
Yeah.
Good to see Mr. Chaos himself on the stage.
Yeah.
But
full circle.
I think it's probably a very hard balance of and then a year of an extended of COVID, and we're maybe just trailers and stuff aren't ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
We did see Elden Ring again. That was awesome.
Yeah, showed a lore trailer.
But for them, I think just them ending on the Matrix, I thought that was just such a cool experience. I was like, that was really
such a marketing deal for the movie coming out.
Yeah, and Keanu's like, this is we were really proud to be the last world premiere for the show. I'm like, really? That's how they're gonna end?
This is what you're doing?
Nothing. So
yeah, before the show, Jeff was kind of tweeting out that like they had some pretty high tier announcements to reel off, and
yeah,
like I'm looking at this list here. You have Alan Wake 2, you have Sonic Frontiers and Star Wars Eclipse and Wonder Woman. None of those got gameplay trailers, and everything else on our list was already announced in some capacity. So there wasn't a ton that was new, and the things that were new, we didn't see enough to get excited about them.
Yeah, I mean the big three weren't there. I mean, we didn't have Nintendo, Sony,
nothing from Nintendo, like literally nothing.
Microsoft. I mean, obviously Microsoft just had Halo come out, which was briefly mentioned. And
then Sony, like they have stuff coming out early next year, so they've shown a lot already.
We did see Horizon, right? We saw a trailer for Horizon, a new one, did we? I think we did.
I think so.
Yeah, we did. I think we did.
Yeah, okay.
I remember talking about it during the show. So they were there, but nothing like. I mean, we've already seen quite a bit of videos from Horizon, so.
Yeah, it was just weird. It felt.
Yeah.
It felt like a third-party Game Awards.
Yeah, for sure.
Like we've had like the new Xbox announced. We've had Breath of the Wild. Like even things like Bayonetta 3. Like that's not super big, but still exciting. And yeah, this year we just didn't get that much. I mean, compared to last year with all the games that were announced.
Yeah, hopefully 2022 is better for just not awards, but just showcases and stuff in general. Because I think 2020, I think Xbox had the best one like during E3.
2021.
The 2021, that one's a pretty good show.
Agreed.
And even Nintendo's was pretty solid.
They've had some pretty solid ones this year.
I was more disappointed, I think, for no 35th stuff for Zelda, but their E3 show was really good. I mean, freaking Metroid Dread got announced out of nowhere. That was amazing. So I mean, I think the three major parties have had a lot of great games come out this year. I think Xbox is finally ramping up with their stuff, with their first party stuff. Which I really want to go back and play some more Forza once I'm start slowing down on Halo. But
yeah, exactly.
So, yeah. Any other games that you want to talk about for the Game Awards that you can think of?
I think that's it. I mean, no matter how much we dog on it, it's still fun.
Oh yeah,
it's still fun every year. It's still something to look forward to in December. I hope it's around next year. I'm sure it will be. But
yeah, I think so. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I mean, I think it's a big staple in the year for exciting news and stuff, and I think it's earned its place in like the December slot. And like you said, there's not much else going on. Nobody's doing gameplay reveals or any showcases, directs, anything like that. So, it's always a good time.
So I guess now it's whatever the next Nintendo Direct is, and then E3, then back to E3.
Yeah, I mean, Pokemon comes out in January, so I imagine we'll get some sort of Pokemon Direct soonish.
There usually is one in like around the January timeframe, and then there's like normally a normal direct around that time frame as well. So the last one was what, in September?
Yeah,
I think it's been long enough, you know.
Yeah, we'll we'll get kind of
Reveal
back
this week.
Yeah, we'll get kind of back into our normal routine of all right, so when's the next direct? I got a feeling
Getting sweaty again.
It's coming out Thursday. But yeah, that is going to wrap up the Game Awards stuff. Yeah, a lot of good stuff that got announced and showed off, but overall, I think it was kind of a lackluster year for us. I think
they can't all be winners.
No, and it's been kind of a lackluster year, like we said, just for other stuff too. So, yeah. But that being said, that is going to wrap up the show, everyone. Nick, where can they follow us on the social medias?
Social medias. Okay, let me reel them off. On Twitter, you can follow us at Gaming WT Bros. You know the drill there. We do a lot of stuff on Twitter. We're always talking. And on TikTok, you can follow us at Gaming with the Broscast. We've been posting a lot of Halo clips and, just fun stuff that's happened to us, and we'll deviate into other stuff as well. But, Halo's the talk right now, man. That's what we're playing.
Yeah. My plan is to try to do one clip per show for the podcast, unless we just have several good beats back and forth or something like that. But my plan is to do at least one clip from the show to post it on TikTok and all that good stuff. So, but yeah,
and then we'll both be posting Halo clips as well.
Yeah, it's just so much fun, man. There's so much wild stuff that happens in the campaign. I've got a couple of videos ready to be edited down.
You got them in the arsenal.
Got them in the arsenal. Yeah,
loaded up, ready to go.
I usually have about 4 or 5 ready to go. Any given point.
I got one in the drafts right now. I'm just waiting to press fire on it.
It's been fun.
TikTok's pretty fun, man. I will say.
Yeah, and now that I've been posting so much Halo stuff, all my TikTok feed is just Halo stuff.
It's all Halo.
Nothing wrong with it. It's fun watching all those videos too of everybody else. So that's cool. But yeah, that is going to be the show for this week, guys. We appreciate everyone that's been listening and all that good stuff. Nick, do we plan on taking a day off for Christmas or anything, or are you good with?
What's our calendar looking like?
I'm off next week, so I'm good to go with the podcast then. Maybe that Monday after Christmas.
I'll be gone.
Okay.
So
maybe we'll, I don't know, maybe we'll just do a normal show next week, and then we can record a separate, I'll divvy up, we'll have our normal show, and then we'll also have the Halo Infinite campaign spoiler.
Yeah.
And I'll make that a separate, make it a separate one. That way it'll fill in the gap for the episode that we'll be missing, I guess, or not necessarily missing, but the week will be off.
Yeah.
So
let's plan for that.
Yeah, we'll probably do that.
And a little BTS you got to see here, all the listeners.
Yeah, behind the scenes, man. But yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, we'll have a normal podcast next week, and then we'll post our Halo. That way, everyone has plenty of time to get to the campaign. But it's a pretty long one if you can do everything.
I'm surprised you beat it in 15 hours.
It may have been longer. I don't know. I played 7 hours yesterday and 4 or 5 the day before, and yeah, it might be more than that. I don't know.
Probably more than that.
It's probably 20.
Do you know you can look at your Halo multiplayer stats?
Oh, can you see your?
I think it's called
your KD and stuff?
HaloStats.com. Yeah, you can see your KD, and there's an app as well that
but
I downloaded.
It's not on the actual game.
No. But if you download the app Tracker Network, you can see you can track your stats for a lot of different multiplayer games, but Halo Infinite's on there, and you can see your KD per playlist and all this stuff.
Tracker Network
is the app, and then I think you have to sign in with your your username and stuff, or you have to make an account and then sign in, or you can just go to Halo tracker. Google that, and you can just type in your username, and you can find yourself. I think.
Yeah, how's your KD again?
It's positive.
Okay.
It's positive. It's like 1.1.
Nice.
It's close to negative, but
yeah, I think once I play a lot more Slayer, it'll probably even out because going through the flag and stuff, you're constantly just getting killed, just trying to risk it all. So risk it all for the flag.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's gonna wrap up the show, guys. We'll see y'all. We'll see y'all next week. Bye bye.
Bye bye.